Van der Mars, 6'11", senior out of Gouda, the Netherlands. And the ball in the hands of the starting point guard for the Pilots, Alec Wittering, 5'11", sophomore guard. Now Bryce Presley, 6'4", junior, near side wing, the native of California. Up top to Bailey, 4-year starter for the Pilots. Bounce pass into the block to Van der Mars. Bailey is going to fire a three. That's off the iron, no good. And the rebound pulled down by Alex Tiffin for Sacramento State.
As you can see, Sacramento State is already really pressuring that three-point shot, defending them well outside the three-point line. It's going to be a tough time this first half for these Pilots to get any easy threes, for that matter.
Carrying violation called on Mike McKinney. Tom Spitznagel with the call, joined by Scott Brown and Jimmy Cassis, our three officials tonight. Pilots with the ball around the perimeter. And now Bailey sizing up the man-on-man defense for Sacramento State. Wittering, the dynamic 5'11" Pilot point guard. Presley meets resistance right of the lane. Wittering open for three. And the tip in is good for Jason Todd.
And that's something Jason Todd does so well, is show his versatility. He can offensive rebound, he can defensive rebound, he can guard pretty much anyone on the perimeter, and he's been a really solid freshman for this Portland Pilots team.
Todd averaging just under 5 points per game, primarily off the bench, working the block, posting up. Garrity scores for the Hornets to even the score of two. Dylan Garrity, 13.7 points, 2.5 assists per game on the season, and an illegal screen offensive foul on the Pilots. Jason Todd, the first foul of the game. Todd, the native of Mill Creek, Washington. All for the moving pick. Both teams playing man-to-man defense in the early going. 5-point ball game when these teams last played. Pilots will try and see if they can't neutralize Mike McKinney a little bit more after a 32-point outpouring back in December. A two-man game off the bounce pass. Tiffin shot off the mark. And Todd is there to clear the rebound. Tiffin, 6'9", senior forward. Both these teams making slight adjustments for their usual starting lineups tonight. Deflected pass to the corner. Van der Mars then tripped up. And let's see, no foul called. It'll stay with the Pilots on the baseline as Wittering prepares to inbound. Just 4 points in the early going. Wittering working off the Todd screen. Now Bailey from three. That's off the iron. Bailey didn't come in with the reputation of being a great shooter, but he certainly has turned into one during his 4 years here on the Bluff.
Yeah, he really has, and with the exception of his injury earlier this season, he was off to an incredible start. And he is again leading this team in points with 14.8 points per game. He's fourth on the team in three-point percentage. So he still remains one of the top three-point shooters. He just has a really high vertical. He's able to really slash and shoot off of screens or create his own shot, and so that's really worked to his advantage.
Tiffin with the free throw line jumper, putting the Hornets back in front by 2. 4-2 the score. Presley peeling to the free throw line on the retreat now. Wittering bouncing it into the block to Van der Mars. The double team from McKinney. And on the recovery, McKinney bumps into Wittering and fouls him. That'll be the first foul on Sacramento State. Mike McKinney with the first one. McKinney, co-captain. And the first league MVP for Sacramento State in men's basketball since 1977. Underneath, Todd spots a wide open Presley who carries the triple.
And Presley shooting a pretty impressive, almost 44% from three-point range. He's stayed extremely consistent throughout this season, averaging just above 8 points per game.
Another three in the air. This time Garrity can't connect. Todd all over the glass in the early going for the Pilots. Wittering on guard as he gets into the lane. Todd the drive and kick for another Presley three. Looked like he got hit on the wrist. No whistle. And Garrity will track down the rebound. Presley, one of 4 Pilots shooting over 40% from three this year. A little off-balance runner by Garrity. Barely catches the ring. And rebound caroms out to the Pilots. 5-4, 4 minutes in. We had several CIT games played yesterday. Long 2 for Bailey. Rebound fumbled but controlled by Debs for Sacramento State. Bailey off on his first 3 attempts, driving the lane. Rattles in and out for Debs. Rebound kicked out of bounds by Portland. Timeout on Pilots. Lead the Hornets 5-4. It'll be Hornet basketball following the rebound tipped out of bounds by Portland. Studeville into the game now for Sacramento State. Also checking in for the Hornets, Nick Hornsby. 6'7", sophomore guard and forward. And Drayon Bartlett into the game as well. 6'3" junior guard off the bench. About an 8-man rotation for Sacramento State. McKinney with the drive and dish. Short baseline jumper by Studeville is off, and Vandermars clears the rebound. Early offense. DeMarcus Tyson into the game off the bench. Off on the 3. But keeping the rebound alive for the Pilots, Voldy Garoon. Only a starter coming off the bench for the 2nd straight game here in the postseason. 6'11" senior out of the Ukraine. In his 2nd year with the Pilots. Originally started out at West Virginia. Vandermar's great post-up position. And Presley finds him for 2.
Something that this Sacramento State team is doing is playing behind Vandermars, which is actually to Vandermar's advantage. As you've seen all season long, he uses his hook shot and his ability to post up with his back to the basket so well. Sacramento State, by playing behind them, is at a disadvantage, I think, just because it gives Vandermars the ability to score and go left or right with his back to the basket.
Yeah, you get him the ball in that position, he's going to shoot about 90%. And Mike McKinney, late in the shot clock, knocks down the 3, tying the game at 7.
And Mike McKinney is shooting 44% from a 3-point range, so this Portland Pilots team really needs to focus on defending his 3 from NBA range. He'll shoot from anywhere.
McKinney also defending on Alec Wittering. Almost a carry there by DeMarcus Tyson. Presley spinning into the paint. Dish out, deflected by McKinney. Wittering's he's got a big man on him. 2 on the shot clock. And the jumper is off as Bartlett clears the glass. (7-7) game, 13:30 to go first half. High ball screen from Studeville. And McKinney looking to drive. Bounces it around Vandermars. Studeville found a lot of tall traffic inside, lost it. And foul on the way down court. Wittering on the reach in. McKinney picks up number 2.
Sacramento State foul on number 10.
Getting McKinney in foul trouble, I don't know if that was one of their keys to winning for the Pilots, but it certainly wouldn't hurt their cause, as he is the majority of their offense.
19.3 points per game, 32 in these teams last met in December. And he's got both Hornet team fouls. McKinney will stay on the floor. It's an indication of his value to this team. Well, a lot of contact there as Bartlett tried to reach around Presley for the ball. Presley now fires the 3, and he's got his 2nd triple.
2 for 3 from 3-point range for Presley. I would keep giving him the ball.
Pilots back in front by 3, and Presley called for the blocking foul on McKinney. The Portland's 2nd team foul, the 2nd foul on Bryce Presley. Son of former Villanova great and NBA Harold Presley, averaging just over 8 points per game on the season. Follow a slicker for the baseline, Nick Hornsby. And that pulls the Hornets within 1.
You can see the Pilots are really using their depth to their advantage.
Lob for the freshman Gabe Taylor just into the game off the bench. Karam's off the iron, a little off the mark on the feed from Wittering. Taylor, local product out of Valley Catholic High School in Beaverton, suburban Portland. 3 from the near corner, and Bartlett can't connect. The 6'8" freshman Taylor there to clear the rebound. Bailey back on the floor and going to work against the guard of Garrity. He's got a size advantage on the 6'2" Garrity. Bailey quick and muscular. And he gets elevation on that jump shot and sticks the mid-range baseline pop.
And that's what he does so well, is he elevates off the ground, and he just makes his 6'6" frame that much bigger when he can elevate that high off the ground.
Well, pick and pop action, a late trigger for Mills on the three with a hand to the face. No, Studeville there for the rebound reverse follow. Eric Studeville giving Sacramento State its first second chance points. Pilots already with 4 second chance points. They've got the 1 point lead with 11:17 to go in the half. Bailey doing what he does best, slashing through the lane and finishes with the left hand.
Great take by Kevin Bailey, and we've seen him just grow and improve since he coming off that leg injury earlier in the conference season. It's been so good to see him back to his normal self.
Hornsby ladles it inside to Studeville for the layup. Hornsby a little off balance, might have walked on his way down the lane. And a 1 point game once again. Demps picking up the defense on Wittering now. High post to Taylor, and Taylor sandwiched. The elbow looked like it caught the back of the head of Bartlett, but he was pushed into Bartlett. Foul on Sacramento.
The complications sometimes of traveling outside of the state or having to fly somewhere or being on the road for a few hours. You can just wake up in your own apartment or dorm and go straight to the game. There is such an advantage of that, and they play so much better at the Child Center than they do on the road.
Big to big there as Vandemars feeds Voldy Garoon inside for the deuce. And Portland leads it by 3. Cody Demps back on the floor for Sacramento State. Hornsby with the jumper. Team starting to work out the kinks a little bit now. Portland shooting about 46% from the field. Actually, even 50% now, 7 of 14. And Sacramento State's hit 7 of 15 from the field after a slow start.
And you can see the Sacramento State team going into a 1-3-1.
Good find by Todd. Garoon can't hit left of the lane. Vandemar's there with his second offensive rebound. Presley wants it back, wants to feed the big man. The double down. Could this be a third three for Presley? No. Todd there for another board. Now a loose ball scramble. Still no held ball. There's the whistle. And the possession will go to Sacramento State. But 2 more offensive rebounds for the Pilots, and they should have an advantage in that department here tonight. Portland out-rebounding opponents by nearly 4 a game. Sacramento State getting out-rebounded to the tune of 2 boards per game.
That's right, and with 3 guys 6'11" or higher, I would think you'd have a rebounding advantage against most teams, and the Pilots have proven that, ranking nationally on their offensive rebounds, especially before Riley Barker went out with the injury earlier this season. That was one of his major goals.
Well, telegraph pass. Bailey off to the races, and the foul from behind to prevent the layup by Demps. Yeah, great defensive read there by Bailey. He came in as a superior athlete, a slasher, kind of an unconventional shooter, but he's found a way to make it work. But always has been a good defender.
He really has, and out of high school, he was actually recruited by some big schools in the Pac-12 conference.
A lob for Vandemars.
Love that. That'll definitely help the momentum. I think they run that play on the left side and the right side, and they get it quite often. We've seen it a couple times at the Child Center, and I think we'll see it again. That's not the first time they ran it, just hasn't worked that nicely yet.
Demp across the lane, the miss, but the tip in off the miss by Alex Tiffin. Demps appeared to carry that basketball on his way down the paint. They're letting that go a little bit after an early carry. Another lob, and this time it's Voldy. Bryce Presley sets up Vandemars on the left of the rim. This time the big Ukrainian finishes hard with 2 hands on the right side, and he's fouled. Count the bucket. Well, speaking of Jim Hayford, he'll lead the Eastern Washington Eagles in a second round NCAA matchup, because these are first round games being played today and yesterday, according to the NCAA. As Garoon finishes the 3-point play, 21-17. That foul was called on Alex Tiffin, his first and Sacramento State's 5th team foul. Hayford apparently has guaranteed a win
What?
for the Eagles
How can you do that?
in that 12-5 matchup.
Hey, 12-5. That's a tough one. You never know with the 12 seed and the 5 seed.
Oh, that's a tough shot. Mike McKinney, hand in the face, fall-away three is good. He's a very talented player. McKinney shooting over 50% from the field and takes a lot of threes. Vandermars, well, you don't see the hook shot blocked too often, and it wasn't there. Well, it's been a close first half as we anticipated. Portland leading Sacramento State 21-20 in this first round collegeinsider.com tournament game. Vandermars hit the line for the Pilots, shooting 62% at the stripe on the season, the career block shots leader at the University of Portland, and their first ever academic All-American.
Two-time academic All-American. Last season, he was on the 3rd team. This season, 1st team, proving himself not only on the court, but in the classroom consistently. I believe he has a 4.0. And it shows. He is a really smart player.
Thomas gets 1 out of 2 at the line. Zach Mills back into the game. Pull-up Jay settles it in from 18 feet. Tie game, 22-all. We got shooters out there, Lindsay.
We do. Bobby Sharp is in. And as you can see, now they're fronting Thomas Vandermars in the post, too. I think they realize it's a little bit too easy getting the ball to him inside.
Wittering hasn't really looked for his shot early. Bailey being guarded now by Debs. Isolation play for Kevin Bailey. There's that elevation on the jumper. Oh, is that pretty?
That's a tough shot. And the only reason why he made it is because he can elevate so high. And he had good touch.
15 points a game on the season. Good defender. 82% foul shooter. Can hit the three. He's going to get an opportunity somewhere.
He definitely will.
Sharp with the deflection. And the freshman Gabe Taylor with a collection. Lob inside for Vandermars. Squeezes through the double team. Oh, the reverse pivot had an opening, didn't take it. Now Sharp from three, online and good.
When Bobby Sharp makes his first three in the game that he takes, that means good things for the rest of the night. I should knock on some wood right now, but when he gets hot, this whole team gets hot.
Hesitation move by Debs off the contact of the kiss off the glass for Cody Debs. 27-24 Pilots. Early entry into Vandermars. And the chicken wing, they're going to call him for the foul.
Wow, I thought that was a good fake outside. He had about 3 people on him for a split second there. He faked the pass outside. It looked like he drop stepped to the basket, so I was surprised by that one.
Eric Revenue carrying on a reasoned discussion along the baseline. Not happy with that call, clearly.
As he does.
Well, Rev's done a great job here. Back to the winning ways this year after missing the postseason the last 2 years. Vandermars with the steal inside. Wittering in transition. And we'll pull back. 5:30 to go first half. 3-point lead for the Pilots. Oh, Vandermars, good post position. Bailey didn't send it. Sharp running the baseline. Flare screen for Wittering. Now Bailey up top. Oh, got his man in the air, McKinney, and McKinney, bad defense there. Got faked off his feet, then the hand check foul is his third.
That is his third foul.
Now they'll probably take him out. Now they left him in with 2 fouls early, and he was honest, but now he'll come out in favor of Garrity.
But smart basketball by Kevin Bailey, attacking someone who has 2 fouls. Their best player at that, and being able to draw his third foul, and now he has to sit the rest of the half.
And Bailey's ability to pull up on that J, even with the defender right on him, that's what causes McKinney to come off his feet. But Bailey unable to hit the 1-and-1 free throw. Still a 3-point lead for Portland. And a reach-in foul on the Pilots going to be charged to Bobby Sharp. Sharp, tough shooting here for the senior from Santa Rosa. Hopefully that early three is a sign of things to come. If he lights it up, could be a good night for the Pilots.
You're right. And on the season, he's shooting 31% from three, but you shoot with him in practice, and he won't be shooting 31% at all. He has consistently, and Coach Rev has said it, he consistently knocks down shots in practice.
Bartlett lucky to get that ball back, slipped right through the fingertips. Now foul on the baseline. That's going to go against Vandermars, and that'll be his second personal. So Vandermars with 2 for Portland. McKinney's picked up 3 for Sacramento State. 2 fouls as well on Alex Tiffin. 5 minutes to go, opening half. Pilots by 3, 27-24. Bartlett working the dribble near midcourt. Garrity finds Studeville away from the paint. Oh, a little elbow into the chest of Vandermars. And then on the way up, Garrity stripped, Wintering with the steal. Look out, those two tangle at midcourt. Little wrestling move. They're going to teach an 84-77 victory over New Hampshire. And a flagrant foul puts Wintering at the free throw line shooting 2. He gets them both. And then we're going to shoot the technical on the other end.
That was called on Wintering, correct?
Yes, Wintering picks up the tee, and that counts as a personal as well, his first. Dylan Garrity will shoot the technical foul shots for Sacramento State, 83% shooter on the season. And the students getting into the act here at the Child Center.
That's an interesting stance Dylan Garrity is taking at the free throw line. I've never seen someone's foot so far back, but it works, shooting 83% from the line.
Well, you see all kinds of different looks at the free throw line. Some guys who shoot to the far left side at the elbow.
Yep.
Guys who take a step toward the line. I believe Wilt Chamberlain used to shoot his free throws from the top of the key. Whatever works.
Whatever works, that's right.
29-26. After all that, it's still a three-point game. Hornets with the basketball. Hornsby, nowhere to go in the high post. Boy, Jason Todd's played very well in his second straight start. Shot clock at 9. And a deflected pass in low. Believe last touch by the Pilots. It went off Vandermars, but just 5 seconds remaining on the shot clock. The handoff to Garrity. Todd with a hand in the face. Step back 3 with a second on the shot clock, and Garrity drains it.
Tough shot by Garrity. And when they needed it, just tied up the game at 29 points.
We are knotted for the 4th time, and a steal for Sacramento State. 3-on-2 break. Wintering takes it back. Rips it away from Hornsby. Alec Wintering, one of just 2 sophomores on the All West Coast Conference team.
And he's proven it the entire season. He has been so consistent, not only as a true guard looking for his team first, but from the three-point land too.
Todd through contact, doesn't get the finish or the foul. And Bartlett clears the rebound. Sacramento State could take its first lead since the early going, not with that air ball. The rebound underneath by Bartlett. Demps can't fake Bailey off his feet. Studeville from close range. Now the 3 from Garrity gives the Hornets a 3-point lead.
I watched that defense, that whole possession, and in Portland they weren't communicating, and they had to scramble. It didn't sound like they knew who they had on defense, and that's something that they really struggled with against BYU in their West Coast Conference Tournament semifinal game, is communication and just scrambling on defense and offense. So they really need to communicate.
Vandermars, good head fake to draw contact from Studeville. He'll go back to the free throw line. Largest lead in this game has been 5 for Portland. And Portland with 16 fouls so far. Leading scorers in the game, Mike McKinney with 6 for Sacramento State, but it's Dylan Garrity who's hit a couple of recent three-pointers. Now up to 10 points to lead all scorers. Bailey and Presley, 6 each. Garoon and Vandermars with 5 each for Portland. First free throw, no. Second, yes. 2-point game. And Vandermars now has split 4 free throws. He's got 6 points, joining Bailey and Presley. Wintering all over Garrity and sheds him at the free throw line, and he can't miss right now. Garrity on a roll for the Hornets. They've got their largest lead of 4.
You can see Sacramento State in this 1-3-1 again. Now's the time to throw the alley-oop lob play for a dunk.
Garrow, he's shot 13 threes this year. Vandemars doesn't usually venture out there. Now the shot clock at 2. They're going to have to get it away. Presley skims the iron. Another offensive rebound. Todd again. He's definitely rewarded Eric Revenau's choice of him in the lineup the last 2 nights. His little flip hook by Vandemars won't go.
Yeah, Jason Todd, 3 offensive rebounds, 3 defensive rebounds so far in this contest, showing his versatility and just his will to win and get dirty and get in there and be tough and battle with the bigger post players when he is typically more of a 3.
That one barely gets to the iron from Demps. Loose ball rebound to Garrity. And the reverse layup good by Hornsby. Garrity on the feed. Nick Hornsby, not to be confused with the British author and musician Nick Hornby. High fidelity fame. Oh boy. Wittering called for the discard there. That's a tough call on the side guard.
Wow.
His second. Remember now, that technical foul counted as a personal. That could come back and bind him later on.
You're right, and you can tell Sacramento State has really focused in on Alec Wittering. I mean, he only has 2 points right now, 1 assist to 3 turnovers. Super uncharacteristic of the all West Coast Conference point guard. I mean, he at one point led.
How about Presley with that rejection on the Garrity elbow jumper, but the Hornets maintain. 2 on the shot clock, another block, Todd! Oh, he didn't need to do that, but the clock runs out. Oh, the ball's in the air. I guess he was a...
He's got some big shoes to fill if he wants to be a quality contributor to his former high school.
Lakeside actually challenged for a state championship recently up in Washington, thanks to Mr. Tyson. Not known over the years as a basketball power. He played on one of the best teams in school history. Presley, the jump pass, right corner 3, Sharp goes down, no whistle. And came right after the technical foul on Alec Wittering in the first half.
Such a game changer towards the end of the first half going into halftime. But the Pilots start with the ball here. We'll see how the Sacramento State team sets up in their defense. They ended the half with that 1-3-1, which seemed to be effective and really got them going on their run.
Same starters for both teams. Bailey with the hopper in the lane scores, and Kevin Bailey now has 8 points to lead the Pilots.
And Mike McKinney, as you see, is back in the game with 3 fouls. So if I'm the Portland Pilots, I would continue to attack him. Having him on the bench and out of the game has helped them keep this game close.
Sorry, Lindsay, foul inside as Vandemar is about ready to outlet the ball down the floor. It'll be 2 shots coming up for Alex Tiffin. Tiffin, 4 points to Colorado State. As you mentioned, McKinney battling foul trouble. Just 6 points in the first half for the Big Sky Player of the Year. And Tiffin, 74% at the line. Good foul shooting team, Sacramento State, 74%. Both these teams shoot well at the line. Missed the second one. And Vandemars clears for Portland. Todd, Wittering, Presley, Vandemars, and Bailey. The Pilot 5 to start the second half. Vandemars going to work in the post. Fall away right-hander. He's had a tough time getting that hook to go.
And it's been Dylan Garrity who's really carried the bulk of this offense for the Sacramento State team with 12 points. Shooting above 50% from the floor.
Baseline cut. Vandemars the recovery, a block from behind, but another foul called on the big Dutchman.
Thomas Vandermars leads this university in block shots for his entire career, and he got that a number of games ago, so he has been on pace to be the all-time leader of block shots, but now that's giving him.
Tiffin's missed 2 in a row at the line. Vandermars will also leave Portland in the top 10 in rebounds, field goal percentage, and game started. Third in the conference in blocks this year. Second shot goes down for the Hornets senior forward Alex Tiffin. And the lead is 6 once again, 38-32.
And they still are really focusing in on Winnering, double teaming him up at the top, forcing him to pass, not really allowing him to get his offense going at all.
Off the ball foul on Cody Debs. That's his second. First team foul on Sacramento State. Philip Hartwich, the 7-foot native of Cologne, Germany, into the game, and another foul called on Sacramento State inside. That'll be Tiffin picking up his third. So Tiffin and McKinney now with 3 fouls each. And the shooting foul puts Bailey at the line. Kevin Bailey averaging just a hair under 15 points per game this year, shooting 82% at the free throw line for the Pilots. Scored a career-high 30 points at Pacific this year, but for the second year in a row, missed a stretch of games with a foot injury, and that injury ill-timed this year. Right at the beginning of conference play, had to miss back-to-back games with BYU and Gonzaga.
He did, and you could tell it really hurt this Portland team in the beginning, having to mix up their starting lineup and defensive strategies since Bailey is so effective on defense. But after Bailey came back, he was a little bit out of shape, but he got back in shape after getting solid minutes on the court, and now, as you can see, he is back to his normal self and really helped this Portland team make a postseason appearance.
3 from Demps, Todd all alone on the rebound. 5-point bump for Sacramento State. Presley drives with purpose, can't finish. Rebound tips back to him though. Tough pass across the lane. Presley hit 2 threes in the first half. Bailey, the wraparound dribble, tangled up with Demps. The steal for Demps. McKinney, the dish to the wing, gets it back and lays it in.
Those are the first fast break points of the entire game so far. It's been a very half-court matchup thus far, having to run a lot of plays for both teams on the offensive end.
7-point lead, largest of the game for Sacramento State. Both teams reached the semifinals of their respective tournaments. Presley, third 3 of the night.
And Dylan Garrity comes off limping. I don't know if Presley stepped on his foot after he landed, but he is not all right down there.
Having a moment to himself over there in the left corner, grabbing at that left ankle. Nobody getting off the bench right now for Brian Katz. Drive and kick from McKinney, a 3 from the top for Mills. Count it.
Zach Mills for 3 points.
The Sacramento State Hornets are really moving the ball well offensively. Low scoring game, but able to get shots in all different areas with their ball movement, kind of throwing Portland off their mark on defense.
Shooting 55% from the floor, the Hornets. Portland down to 46%. Todd, the C's part, and he can't finish with the left though. And Hartwich all tangled up with Cody Demps inside. He'll pick up the foul. Rev not happy.
We've seen that a few times. A Pilot has gotten their arms tangled in a Sacramento State player's arm, and the foul has gone on the Pilot.
High ball screen from Studeville. The pull-up J by McKinney. Got it. And the Hornets are rolling right now. They've hit 3 in a row and open up a 9-point lead. 15:47 to play. Bailey stripped inside. Off Bailey. Wait a minute. Tom Spitznagel going to overrule. 45-36. Now we're told that the winner of this game likely will face the winner of Northern Arizona Grand Canyon. And that game would either be Saturday afternoon or Monday night. And could be right back here at the Child Center. Pilots ball, Bailey for three, no go. Kept alive by Voldy Garoon. Garoon and Vandemars into the game now for the Pilots. Philip Hartwich has seen a little more time off the bench here in the late going of the season. And Bailey once again has it poked away from behind. Nine turnovers for Portland. Sacramento State just 6 turnovers in the game. And shooting over 55%. Top key three. Finally a miss, but there's Studeville to keep it alive. McKinney lost the handle on the dribble, regains control. Doesn't want the ball screen from Studeville. Now he does. Hedging out Vandemars. McKinney splits the double. The leaner, no go. Vandemars clears it. Ahead to Bailey. Bailey out of control in the lane, but fouled. Got bailed out there. He was headed for trouble.
A little scary seeing Bailey do that. I mean, that's one of the ways he hurt his foot against Portland State earlier this season. So I'm glad they called the foul for him, but scary when he slashes to the basket sometimes like that.
He's an aggressive player. You got to admire that. Wettering finds Garoon. Now Bailey. Pull up Jay. McKinney there. Doesn't matter.
And that seems to be working for Bailey tonight, especially. His pull-up jumper, we've seen it now a couple times on the baseline, and then from the left wing right there, the right wing earlier in this half, just able to elevate and get above any defender.
This may be a game where he needs to put the Pilots on his shoulders.
And he's done that.
Vandemars took a swipe at that McKinney shot, and he's still able to finish. Hornets converting at a high rate. Great entry from Wettering. Vandemars scores.
His hook shot is so difficult to defend. He uses his body so well. He uses his guide hand so well.
And that time it was the left. He had double finishing with the right earlier.
But he can go both right and left with the hook shot.
Long three for Bartlett. Oh my.
Rayon Bartlett for 3 points.
10-point lead for the Hornets. DeMarcus Tyson into the game for the Pilots. Bailey alone in the corner. Three is short. Garoon no. Follow no. Vandemars with another offensive board. Now Bailey. Well, he got pushed on that shot. Should have been a whistle. And then a grab. Is this Vandemars? That might be another foul. And they had a run of 3 straight years reaching the CIT from 2009 to 2011, but lost on the road in the opening game all 3 of those years. Right now down by 10 to Sacramento State. The Hornets shooting 56% for the field, just 6 turnovers. Pilots down to 43%. They've turned the ball over 9 times. Rebounding even, Pilots with a 10-7 edge on the offensive glass. But second chance points, 9-4 advantage for the Hornets. Angle drive, shot blocked right to Tiffin though, and he's fouled on the follow. Vandemars sitting now with the 3 fouls, and this one's going against Voldy Garoon.
What the Pilots have is a height advantage, and right now they're leading points in the paint with 16 points in the paint to just 14 for Sacramento State, but their second chance points are lacking. They only have 4 to Sacramento State's 9, like you said. And it's extremely important in a game like this to really crash the offensive boards, which they have done. They've gotten 10 offensive rebounds, but really capitalizing on those and getting easy shots with, we've seen Voldy Garoon miss, an easy layup. Thomas Vandemars with the tip in. So really capitalizing on that, and I think this would be a different game, as well as defending the 3-pointer from Sacramento State, who is 6 of 11 from 3-point range.
Wettering, acrobatic move in the lane. Alec Wettering, just his 4th point of the night, his first field goal. And then picks up the foul on Garrity.
Number 2,
That's the first time we've really seen Alec Wittering aggressively looking for his own offense.
And that's what I was thinking. It'd be very helpful for the Pilots for Alec Wittering to get going on offense as well and find his stride. They've been zoning in on him so much, trapping him at the top of how effective he can be. His ability to pass and shoot.
Oh, Garrity off the curl, falling down, hits the three. Everything falling for the Hornets.
He has made some tough three-pointers tonight.
15 in the game now for Dylan Garrity. He's at 3 of 4 from downtown. And the lead is 13. And finally, we got a foul. A couple of the three-point shooters have been hit tonight. That was a long two for Tyson, but he got knocked to the floor. And 88 for the field. But this half, they've come out and hit 6 of their first 10, including 3 threes in 5 attempts. And they lead Portland 55-42. DeMarcus Tyson, the freshman from Bothell, Washington, at the line, shooting 2. The foul was on Trayon Bartlett. And Tyson, it was a 3. He was fouled on the three-point shot. He's hit his first 2 free throws, his first points of the game. Tyson averaging a little under 6 points a game off the bench for Eric Revenue, and dials in all 3 free throws. We mentioned both teams shoot it well at the line. Portland 72% as a team. Tyson a 79% foul shooter. And you got Tyson has come out of the game now. Jason Todd, the freshman, still on the floor. And Aitor Zubizarreta out there for the first time, the native of the Basque Country of Spain. Vandemars in the block. Up and under move.
That's a tough move. That is a tough move, especially on Vandemars, who leads UP in block shots, but he got right around Vandemars there.
Presley along the baseline. Might have gotten away with an extra step.
This team going offensively and start getting the momentum back on their side, because that's what he does so well. We still have seen his change of pace and how effective he is at drawing contact and drawing fouls. Just his offensive game is kind of lacking only because he is being double teamed a lot on the perimeter.
Zubizarreta is still out there along with Presley, Wittering, Garoon, and Todd. Demps lost the handle on the dribble, poked away by Wittering. Wittering forces him to the sideline, and he stepped out of bounds. Great pesky defense there.
Great defense by Wittering, and that's something he actually is really good at too. And a reason why he's on the All West Coast Conference team is defensively. He's a leader on this team in steals.
Oh, great dish inside, Garoon with the finish.
And assists, for that matter.
Here come the Pilots. 7-point game now. Demps with the drive and dish. Tiffin lost it on the way up. A rare turnover for Sacramento State. Wittering going to attack out the dribble again and finishes with the left hand. Pilots have sliced the lead to 5, 57-52. Studeville getting set to check back in. McKinney's been quiet for a while. The double from Garoon. Garoon the steal. The big man trying to go coast to coast. Lays it in.
Decided by a few points, as these teams are, the history shows that they like to play it out very closely, whether it's here or it's in Sacramento.
9-0 run for the Pilots. 1 possession game. And a foul at midcourt on Zubizarreta.
And Coach Rev is fired up.
Yeah, he's barking right now. Pilots going deep on their bench tonight. Garrity's feeling it. Not this time, though. Todd soars in for the rebound. A 3 will tie it. Wittering, effective on penetration the last few possessions. Presley along the baseline. Gets it back right corner. Oh, nothing left on that scoop, and Garrity comes out with a rebound. Errant pass headed toward backcourt, saved by Hornsby. Broken floor. Hornets don't attack though. 17 on the shot clock. 9 minutes to play. 57-54. Fans into it now. McKinney spinning wildly, falls with the ball. That's a walk.
McKinney is fired up. He does not agree with that call, but from where we saw it, he was out of control. He was lucky he kept the ball for as long as he did, and then he fell on the floor and traveled.
Both teams a little energized right now, maybe playing a little too fast. Some light pressure by the Hornets. Todd gets it across. Subi Sareta. Overplay. Oh boy, looks like a hack on the wrist of Presley by Nick Hornsby. I heard the slap, sir.
So did I.
Here comes Gabe Taylor back into the game. Taylor, four-year standout in high school, played his first 2 years at Newburgh before transferring to Valley Catholic. And seeing some significant playing time as a freshman for the Pilots. Todd to Taylor, looking inside for Garoon. Knocked away, ball still loose. Voldy gets it back, but the shot clock's going to run out.
30-second shot clock.
10th turnover for the Pilots. Subi Sareta briefly out of the game, and Rev likes the energy he's bringing. He's back in there replacing Wittering.
Looks like they're putting him in for defensive purposes, as he really did change the game when he came off the bench and started playing some solid defense on Dylan Garrity, who's really managed to score the bulk of the Sacramento State's points.
A trap near midcourt. Open three for Garrity. He's missed 2 in a row. Todd, another rebound.
Todd is on his way.
That's 10.
To double digits in rebounds.
Right down the lane. Presley to Voldy, fouled at the rim. That'll be on Hornsby. Voldy to Garoon to the line to shoot 2 for the Portland Pilots, trying to close within 1. 7:57 left in the CIT opener. Winner will play Northern Arizona. And Garoon knocks in the first free throw. The 6'11" Ukrainian averaging a little over 8 points a game. 66% at the line, gets them both. And it's a 1-point game, 57-56. Earlier tonight, Robert Morris defeated North Florida 81-77 at NCAA tournament first 4 game, and a double team trap on Demps. Foul going to be charged to Garoon. That's team foul number 7. So Demps will go to the line shooting 1 and 1. 82% foul shooting. Dayton hosting Boise State in a first 4 game tonight. How about that? No Hornets along the free throw lane on a 1-on-1 foul shooting situation.
Yeah,
Interesting.
that's weird.
That's the confidence they have in their free throw shooting.
I think they're trying to prevent Portland from trying to fast break at all, which they've done a good job of so far tonight. Portland only has 2 fast break points. I believe that was on Voldy Garoon's steal, and Sacramento State only has 2 as well. Like we said earlier, it's been very much a half-court game for both of these teams.
1 out of 2 for Demps. There goes Wittering into the lane. The bouncer to Todd. Follow away, Jay. Good.
Jason Todd having a great defensive game already with 10 rebounds. That's only his 2nd field goal made tonight, but he is helping this offense with 3 assists, just 2 turnovers.
Tied for the first time since 29-29 with about 4.5 minutes to go in the first half. Demps steps through the double team. Angle drive for Hornsby and fouled on the made bucket.
Olivelle, number 24, James Taylor, second personal, 18
The foul on the freshman Gabe Taylor. Sacramento State grabs the lead back, and Hornsby trying to make it a 3-point lead. Native of Irvine, California, sophomore. Averaging 6.6 points per contest, well short on the free throw. And on the quick attack, Tiffin, the overplay, commits his fourth personal.
Sacramento State foul, number 34.
What Bryce Presley did so well there is come to the ball and meet the ball, which every college player should know by now. Even high school players should know that by now, but you don't see it all the time. You kind of wait for that pass to come to you, and if that would have happened, Sacramento State would have had an easy steal.
Wittering kept out of the lane by Justin Strings, a 6'6 freshman forward, making his first appearance in the contest. He'll fire the three instead. Barely catches iron. Todd races down, rebound number 11. High ball screen from Gayroon. Drive and kick for a three from Todd. No good. Strong rebound from Demps. Little dribble action up top and a good finish in the lane by Nick Hornsby. Took
Tough
it
shot.
right at Gayroon.
Yeah, he did. Tough shot by Hornsby.
4 straight from the Hornets. They're back in front by 4, 62-58. Pilots have done a good job of finding their way back into this one after falling behind by 13 points earlier in the period. Presley, no go on the three. Gayroon, another offensive 13 from 3, a 54% clip, while Portland just 5 of 18 from downtown.
What I see there is an opportunity for Portland to keep attacking. They've gotten to the line 4 more times than the Sacramento State team, and that's what they do so well, is they attack the basket and get it in the paint. If they can stay ahead of points in the paint, they have a good opportunity to win this game.
Gayroon, awkward looking jumper, a little hesitant, might have been deflected. McKinney's been the silent man in this second half, back out there for the Hornets. Time running out on Garrity. The strip by Wittering. He'll take it the other way.
You got to see more of that from Wittering. His aggressiveness on defense, his ability to change pace, it helps this offense so much.
Wittering has energized this comeback. McKinney with a hand in the face. No good. Wittering picks it up off the deck. Head up down the floor. Oh, Vandermar's established early post position right in the restricted area. Wittering didn't see him. Now Todd, baseline leaner, won't get the kind roll. Rebound Gayroon, and he's fouled. And the Pilots starting to establish their dominance on the offensive glass.